Hello and welcome to the Aunty Lisa show. Today we're doing a story about all of us, Minecraft world, Lloyd the bin man, a scooter, the PJ masks and a laser. So let's see what happens. One day, Aunty Lisa was woken up really early by a loud clattering outside the house. She went, "What is that horrible clattering noise?" Ugh! She stomped downstairs, stomp, in a right old grump. Opened the door. It was the bins that had fallen over. Lloyd the bin man was there, and he was trying to pick up all the rubbish. And Aunty Lisa said, "Hey, Lloyd, what happened? I was sleeping up there." Lloyd said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Aunty Lisa," or Lisa as I call you because you're not my auntie. "I'm sorry, Lisa, but I was just pulling your bin out and I knocked it over." Aunty Lisa said, "Oh, man, I'll help you tidy up this mess then, I suppose." Well, as they were collecting up all the mess to go back in the bin, they noticed something really strange. It was a laser gun. And Aunty Lisa said, "Is this your laser gun, Lloyd?" And Lloyd said, "No, you think I've got a laser gun? It's your laser gun. Surely, Aunty Lisa, it's in your bin." Aunty Lisa said, No, I don't have a laser gun. If I did, I don't think I'd be so silly as to throw it in the bin. Do you? He said, "No, I wonder if it works." And he picked up the laser gun and went, pew. He zapped another bin on the street, and it went and burst into flames. And it went, "Oh dear, good job I didn't point it at you, Aunty Lisa." And Aunty Lisa said, "Yeah, good job. That is one strong laser gun. Where on earth has it come from? Should we call the fire brigade?" Lloyd said, No, don't worry. I always carry a fire extinguisher on my bin lorry." And he jumped inside his bin lorry and whipped out his fire extinguisher and put out the fire in the bin. He said, "Well, what are we going to do about this laser gun, Aunty Lisa?" Aunty Lisa said, we better figure out where it's come from. But in the meantime, I think better hand it over to the police." Lloyd agreed that that was a really, really, really good idea. So Aunty Lisa called up her good friend Chad and said, "Hey, Chad." And Chad said, "Yes, Lisa, what's up? Where are those two adorable nephews of yours? They're normally in the background." Aunty Lisa said, "Oh, I've only just woken up. They're not round here yet." And he said, "Oh, well, what's up, Aunty Lisa?" And she said, "Well, I found a laser gun in my bin." And Chad said, "What? A laser gun in your bin? Why did you throw away a laser gun, Lisa?" Aunty Lisa said, "I didn't throw away a laser gun. I'm not crazy, Chad, but I thought maybe we should hand it over to the police because it's really dangerous." And then she turned around the phone and showed him what happened to the bin. And he went, "Ooh, I see what's gone wrong there. You've exploded a bin." Aunty Lisa said, "Yeah, probably going to have to buy a new one." Well, quick as a flash, Chad came round to Aunty Lisa's house. Aunty Lisa was a bit embarrassed because she was still in her pyjamas and dressing gown at this point, and already Lloyd the bin man had seen her in her pyjamas, and now Chad had too. She didn't think this through at all. But anyway, Chad took the laser gun and put it in a very, very, very secure box. And then he said, "Thanks very much, Aunty Lisa. We'll let you know if we find anything out." Aunty Lisa said, "Okay. You keep me posted. Right. I'd better go and have a shower." And Lloyd said, "Yeah, you really had." And Aunty Lisa said, "Hey, how can you smell me? You're a bin man. Surely you smell worse." Lloyd said, "No, you definitely smell worse, Aunty Lisa." And Aunty Lisa said, "Stop calling me Auntie. It's confusing." Anyway, she jumped in the shower. This was a good idea and came out smelling fresh as a daisy, if not even fresher. By this time, it was nearly lunchtime, so she called up Aleksander and Kristoffer and said, "Hey, would you two like to come round for lunch? Something crazy happened today and I want to tell you all about it." So, Aleksander and Kristoffer whizzed round on their scooters, because in this world, they lived nearby. They whizzed round on their scooters and came round to Aunty Lisa's house, and they all had a delicious lunch of pizza and chips. And Aunty Lisa explained about the strange thing she'd found in the bin. Aleksander said, "What? Why did you throw away a laser gun, Aunty Lisa?" And Kristoffer said, "Yeah, that sounds really silly thing to do, Aunty Lisa. Could have been dangerous." Aunty Lisa said, "I did not throw away a laser gun. For goodness sake. Do you think I have a laser gun that I want to throw in the bin?" And they went, no, that does seem a little bit odd. Why was there a laser gun in your bin then, Aunty Lisa? Aunty Lisa said, "I don't know." Well, they had their lunch and settled down to watch some telly. I thought, well, I wonder what on earth caused there to be a laser gun in the bin. No, not a big think while they were watching a nice episode of Ben and Holly. I had a little bit more of a think, and I thought, maybe a bad guy has hidden it in your bin while he was on the loose, said Kristoffer. Aleksander said, "Yeah, maybe that's what's happened. He's probably going to come back for it tonight. We should keep watch." Aunty Lisa said, that is quite a sneaky plan. I kind of like it, but also maybe it's a little bit dangerous. Aleksander said, Kristoffer said, "Well, don't worry, because we can use the video camera on your doorbell. We don't even have to go outside. We just watch it from there." Aunty Lisa said, "Okay. In that case, let's have a sleepover." So, Aleksander and Kristoffer brought round their pyjamas. And Aunty Lisa got back in her pyjamas because by this time it was like 5 o'clock. I mean, you may as well put your pyjamas on once it gets to 5 o'clock in the winter because it's getting dark. And they settled down, watching the camera's view of the street where the bin was sitting, now empty. For a long time, nothing happened. Nothing at all. The bin just sat there. At one point, a cat walked by. Everyone got quite excited, but it turned out to just be a cat. It was getting really boring. Aleksander and Kristoffer had eaten loads of popcorn. Aunty Lisa had eaten far too many chocolate biscuits. And they were starting to get a little bit sleepy. But they pegged their eyes open and they kept watching. And then something whizzed past the camera. And they were like, "What was that?" Did it again. Aunty Lisa said, "Okay, let's wait one more time." And then this time, the bin rattled. And it went, "What just happened?" The lid had been popped open and was now flapping around in the wind. And I went, "I can even see what that was, Aunty Lisa." "Hey, I know what we'll do," said Aunty Lisa. "Let's rewind and play it back really slowly." So they rewound the tape and they played it back super slow. And do you know what they saw? Wow. They saw someone peering into that bin at supersonic speed. They saw someone who could fly around on a funny little flying skateboard thing. And that person was Luna Girl. What? Aleksander and Kristoffer could not believe their eyeballs. Luna Girl? was outside Aunty Lisa's house, peering into her bin and looking extremely cross. Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer sat back like this. Luna Girl left the laser gun in there. Oh no. Well, Aunty Lisa, what do we do now? Kristoffer said, I know. Let's call the PJ Masks. So that is what they did. Aleksander got out his iPad. Bling. And he said, hello, PJ Masks. And the PJ Masks appeared. Owlet, Gecko and Catboy all crowded around in the middle of the screen. Aleksander and Kristoffer crowded around on the other side. And they went, hey, how's it going, you two? And they said, oh, we're great. How are you? Well, anyway, after all the small talk, Aleksander and Kristoffer explained that they had just seen Luna Girl peering into Aunty Lisa's bin, where previously there had been a laser gun. Well, Owlet, Gecko and Catboy were stunned and shocked and horrified. And they said, we will be right round. Have you got your pyjamas on? Aleksander, Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa went, why, yes, we do have our pyjamas on. And they said, well, in that case, bedtime is the right time to fight crime. I can't think of a rhyme, said Aunty Lisa. Wow. Aunty Lisa's getting a bit too warm now. Hold on. Well, you would believe that they appeared extra specially quick. They went in the cat car, which I think is what it's called, and they zoomed down the street to Aunty Lisa's house. Nanny just called. So now I've got to remember where I was. So the PJ Masks arrived outside Aunty Lisa's house, and Aunty Lisa was in her best pyjamas and Kristoffer was in his dinosaur pyjamas, and Aleksander was in his pants and vest. No, he wasn't. He was in. Now let me see what kinds of pyjamas Aleksander might have. Aleksander, I don't know if he owns these pyjamas yet, but he certainly should, was in some Minecraft pyjamas. Oh, yes. Well, as luck would have it. Wait a second, and I'm backtracking. Aunty Lisa's pyjamas were rabbit-themed pyjamas, and this is important because of what happens next. Now, the PJ Masks, as you might imagine, are a little bit magical because their pyjamas help them turn into things with extra special powers, like Owlet becomes having an owl-like ability to fly, and Gecko can climb up walls like a gecko, and Catboy, I think he can jump around in cool ways like a cat. Well, Aunty Lisa's pyjamas were rabbit pyjamas, and they gave Aunty Lisa the power to jump and bounce and run really, really fast, just like a bunny rabbit. She also gained an extra love of carrots, which she likes anyway at the best of times, but even more so now. Now, Kristoffer's pyjamas, they were dinosaur pyjamas, and they gave him the power to roar really loud like a dinosaur and to chase things super fast. And Aleksander's pyjamas were Minecraft pyjamas. And quite a scary thing happened to Aleksander, which was he started looking a bit like a Minecraft person, a bit like Steve from Minecraft. He became strangely square. It was a weird experience for everybody. Everybody looked at Aleksander and he looked back at them and they said, Aleksander, you've turned into a Minecraft character. Aleksander went, what are you talking about? Ah! Oh, wow. I am square. Whoa. Do I get any superpowers? Aunty Lisa said, I think you can smash stuff up really well and turn it into useful stuff. And he went, cool. I love smashing stuff up. Oh, and you can build stuff really well, said Aunty Lisa. Aleksander was quite happy with that. He likes building stuff. Kristoffer was extremely pleased with his dinosaur skills and let out an enormous roar. And Aunty Lisa jumped as high as the house because that gave her quite a fright. Boing! Well, the Pyjamas were pretty impressed with their new recruits and their amazing powers. And they said, right, we need to catch Luna Girl before she figures out where the laser gun is and completes whatever her dastardly plan is with it. Aunty Lisa said, okay, I am ready for action. And Kristoffer and Aleksander were right behind her. They said, right, we've got to track her down. Now, Catboy, being a cat, probably has super cool cat sense of smell. And so he sniffed the air. He went, I think. She went, that way. So, they all went running down the street. Aunty Lisa was bouncing. Kristoffer was running and Aleksander was running. Everyone else was running too. And Gecko was climbing up the walls of the buildings to see if he could spot anything. And Owlette was flying overhead to see if she could spot anything. And they made it all the way to the park. And when they got to the park, they noticed something whizzing around in the sky. And they went, what is that? And then down, 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 down it came. And there in front of them was Luna Girl. Aunty Lisa said, hey, Luna Girl, you've been really, really naughty and left something in my bin, didn't you? Luna went, so what if I did, Aunty Lisa? You need to give that back to me. That was my property. And Aunty Lisa said, well, you shouldn't have left it in the bin. Luna Girl said, hey, where did you put it, Aunty Lisa? Don't you go zapping the moon or anything, will you? And Aunty Lisa said, zap the moon? I could bounce to the moon. I don't need to zap the moon. And she bounced up as high as a cloud. She jumped so high and Luna Girl had such a fright she nearly fell off of her lunar skateboard thing that flies, hoverboard. Aunty Lisa went, see, I got super cool powers too. Well, Luna Girl said, ha, you need to tell me, Aunty Lisa, where you put my laser gun. Aunty Lisa said, never. And Luna Girl said, you must, or otherwise I am going to. And Aunty Lisa said, I do not like ultimatums, Luna Girl. Luna Girl said, well, I am going to. And she grabbed out of the sky Owlette. I'm going to kidnap Owlette. And Aunty Lisa and Aleksander and Kristoffer and the other two Pyjamas went, not Owlette. And Owlette went, hey, let me go, Luna Girl. You're so mean. Woo, off they went. Everyone went, oh no, Luna Girl's kidnapped Owlette. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, there's no way they could give Luna Girl back that laser gun. Who knows what she planned on destroying? Probably the playground, or maybe Aunty Lisa's house, or even the school. This was not going to be acceptable. So they had to catch Luna Girl. And they thought, okay, we need to figure out where her lair is. I bet it's somewhere, said Aleksander. Somewhere where you get a really good view of the moon. Kristoffer said, yeah, I bet she's hiding somewhere where there's a really big telescope. Aunty Lisa said, a really, really big telescope. Ooh. Maybe she's at the museum. There's a really big telescope on top of the museum for looking at the moon and the stars. And everyone went, yes, I bet she's at the museum. So they snuck down to the museum. Kristoffer was still dinosaur-like. Aleksander was still Minecraft-like. Aunty Lisa was still bouncing along like a rabbit. And of course there was Catboy and Gecko. And they got to the museum and they peered inside. And they went, oh, there she is. She's got the big telescope. And there's Owlette all tied up. Oh no, Owlette. This is terrible. Wow. They made a plan. A very, very, very serious plan to rescue Owlette. But just as they were about to do that plan, they got a call on the iPad. Kristoffer answered it. Hello? It was Luna Girl. Luna Girl said, ha, 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 I've got Owlette and you'll never find us. Ha, 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 ha. And she turned the screen round so that everybody could see Owlette all tied up. Help, help. Her little wings all stuck. Help. Kristoffer said, well, you may have won this time, but we have got a plan, okay? So bye. Wow. They did have a plan as well, and they knew exactly where Luna Girl was. So they did this. They waited until Luna Girl had made herself a cup of tea, because even master criminals need a break once in a while. And Luna Girl was sitting down with a cup of tea when all of a sudden she had the fright of her life, because Aleksander, in his Minecraft outfit, smashed through the doors and the walls of the museum. Smash, 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 smash. And Luna Girl went, what? The tea went everywhere. And then Kristoffer went, Rah! And Luna Girl went, ah! It's such a loud noise. And then Aunty Lisa jumped up in the air and landed on the ground. And Luna Girl had such a fright because the ground shook. And she fell off her chair. And just as she did that, Gecko and Catboy pounced and grabbed hold of an arm each. And they said, right, we've got you now, Luna Girl. And they handcuffed her and took her to the police station. And meanwhile, Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer released, what's-her-face, Owlette from the tied-up position that she was in. And she went, oh, thank goodness, you guys. Oh, no, though. You've sent Luna Girl to the police station. You better give Chad a heads up. She's so good at escaping. Aunty Lisa called up Chad, and Chad went, hey, Aunty Lisa, what's up? Aunty Lisa said, well, have you got Luna Girl in custody? And he said, yeah, of course we've got Luna Girl in custody. And Aunty Lisa said, have you double-checked you've got Luna Girl in custody? And he went, I'll just go and check now for you, Aunty Lisa. And he toddled off to check. Uh-oh, Luna Girl was not in the jail cell that he had put her in. And then he went, oh no, maybe she's gone to the evidence locker where we stored the laser gun. Ah! They all ran down to the evidence locker. There was Luna Girl picking her way through the lock trying to get in. And he went, stop right there, Luna Girl. You're not allowed that laser gun. It's too dangerous. And Luna Girl went, ugh. You foiled me this time, but I'll be back. And then she flew straight out of the police station and into the sky. And everyone went, ugh, she's so fast. It's really annoying. Chad said, well, at least she's not got that laser gun now. And everyone said, that's a really good point, Chad. So by that point, it was the morning. And all of them turned back into normal kids and normal grown-ups, although in their pyjamas. Everyone felt a little bit silly at the police station in their pyjamas, especially Aunty Lisa, whose pyjamas are rabbit pyjamas. And so Chad gave them all a lift home. And then Aunty Lisa said, hey, would you like to have a cup of tea with us? And Chad said, you know what, Aunty Lisa, that would be great. Let's invite Lloyd round as well, and we can fill him in on what's been going on. So Chad and Lloyd, and then Owlette, Gecko and Catboy, and Aleksander and Kristoffer all had a cup of tea and some biscuits round Aunty Lisa's house to talk about all the crazy things that what had just happened. And that is the end of the story. Love you. Bye-bye.